Is your smart TV spying on you? Protect your privacy. How to safeguard your smart TV from spying on you. Smart TVs are convenient, but they come with a price: your privacy. Manufacturers track your viewing habits to tailor ads, but their spying can go deeper than you might think. Here's how to reclaim control over your privacy. Understanding smart TV spying. Smart TVs track everything from the apps you use to the shows you watch, and they can even analyze what's happening on your screen. This data helps companies target you with personalized ads. However, it also raises concerns about privacy and data security. Risks and concerns. Smart TVs track your viewing habits using content recognition and voice capture for targeted advertising. Opting out of data collection practices is imperfect but limits tracking on platforms like LG and Samsung TVs. Disconnecting smart TVs from the internet can prevent data tracking, but limits functionality and will require you to use a streaming box for many tasks, which may also track you. Automated content recognition, or ACR, and voice capture are two major concerns. ACR allows TVs to track your viewing habits regardless of the source, while voice capture records conversations near the TV. This data can be combined with other information to create detailed profiles about you. Opting out of data collection. Most smart TVs offer options to limit data collection, but they're not foolproof. You can opt out of certain tracking practices, but your TV may still collect data for other purposes. Reading the privacy policy can help you understand what data is being collected and how it's used. Disconnecting your TV. To truly protect your privacy, consider disconnecting your smart TV from the internet. This prevents it from sending data to manufacturers but also limits its functionality. You'll need alternative methods for streaming content, such as a streaming box or over-the-air antenna services. Step-by-step guides for popular brands. Each smart TV brand has its own privacy settings, but the process is similar. We provide step-by-step guides for LG, Samsung, Vizio, Roku, Sony, and Amazon Fire TVs. These guides walk you through disabling data tracking and opting out of invasive practices. Here are more comprehensive ways to protect you from being spied on. Disable data tracking on LG, Web, OS, TVs. Not all LG TVs have the same options, particularly since LG refreshed its OS interface in the 2021 C1, G1, and B1 models. 1. Launch settings on your LG TV. You may need to hold the settings button on your remote for the full menu to load. 2. On the General tab, select Additional Settings and disable Live Plus to limit ACR. 3. Within the Additional Settings menu, enable Limit AD Tracking and disable Do Not Sell My Personal Information if present. 3. You can also reset your tracking ID here. 4. Now find User Agreements under General, Additional Settings or Support Additional Settings. 5. Now opt out of any of the following where present: Viewing Information Agreement, Voice Information, Interest-Based Advertisement Agreement, Live plus Automatic Content Recognition. Disable data tracking on Samsung, Tizen TVs. You might need to dig around on a Samsung TV since the instructions will vary depending on the model and year of manufacture. The steps below should be used as a rough guide to help you find your way. For newer Samsung TVs. 1. Hit the menu button on your Samsung remote, then select Menu, Settings, All Settings. 2. Navigate to Terms and Privacy, or Terms and Policy. Look in the General and Privacy menu if necessary. 3. Select Privacy Choices, Terms and Conditions, Privacy Policy. 4. Opt out of data gathering using Enable to make content and advertising on Smart TV more interactive. 5. Use the Consent Status option to disable options like I consent to viewing information services on this device, and I consent to interest-based advertisements. 6. Now head to General and Privacy, Voice and review the privacy policy for the included voice assistants you have activated. To opt out, withdraw your consent. Can't find these options? You might have an older model, in which case: 1. Launch the Smart Hub, then head to Settings, Support Terms and Policy, or Terms and Policy, Privacy Choices. 2. Use this menu to disable Sync Plus, Marketing, and Voice Recognition services. Disable data tracking on Vizio, SmartCast TVs. The instructions for Vizio TVs are identical whether you have a new, SmartCast, or old, VIA TV, model. 1. Hit the Menu button on your remote and select System, Reset, and Admin. 2. Highlight Viewing Data and use the right arrow on your remote to turn the setting off. 3. Adjust Advert Tracking Preferences under the Advertising menu. Disable data tracking on Roku, TCL, Hisense, Philips, Sharp TVs. Roku is the platform of choice for brands like TCL and Hisense, among many others. 1. From the home screen, select Settings, Privacy. 2. Under Smart TV Experience, disable Use info from TV inputs to disable ACR. 3. You can also limit ad tracking under Advertising and reset the tracking ID. 4. Lastly, select Never Allow under Voice to disable microphone access. 4. Unfortunately, this doesn't necessarily mean your voice won't be recorded, but that it won't be used to improve speech recognition. 5. You can also use the Microphone Access Channel Microphone Access to block certain channels from accessing your microphone, but not the Roku software itself. Note: after disabling these settings, you might find that Roku will ask you to enable these settings again under the guise of enhancing your TV experience. Disable data tracking on Android TV, Sony. If you have a Sony TV, first disable ACR, known as Samba TV. 1. Launch the Settings menu, then select Device Preferences or System. 2. Select Samba Interactive TV and toggle it off to disable ACR. You can also more broadly opt out of advertising. 1. Launch Settings about Legal Information. 2. Opt out of any data collecting practices you like. 3. Head to Settings, Privacy, Usage and Diagnostics to disable Google's broader crash reports, diagnostics, and data usage. Disable data tracking on Amazon Fire TVs. Amazon puts all of its important privacy options in the same place. 1. Launch Settings and navigate to Preferences, Privacy Settings. 2. Now disable device usage data, collect app and over-the-air usage, and interest-based ads. Avoid setting up voice assistants. Many smart TVs now come with a choice of voice assistants, including Alexa and Google Assistant. These require your permission to work, and you'll usually be asked to pick an assistant and agree to a privacy policy when you first press the button on your remote. Final considerations. Even with privacy measures in place, be cautious about voice assistants like Alexa and Google Assistant. If you're uncomfortable with them listening in, it's best to avoid setting them up. Additionally, keep in mind that streaming services and devices may also collect data about your viewing habits. In conclusion, due to the way manufacturers update and change their TV software, it's not possible to provide a guide that applies to all models. If you can't follow the exact steps below, we recommend having a dig through the menus and looking for similar options elsewhere. Protecting your privacy on a smart TV doesn't have to be complicated. By understanding the risks, opting out of data collection, and taking control of your settings, you can enjoy your favorite shows without sacrificing your privacy. Please leave any comments you may have, and if you found this information helpful, please give us a like.